I once knew a spy. Spies. She was brilliant, erratic, cursed, an Her friends called her Herschel, but to her controllers, she was Cascade. She made the cardinal error of our kind. She mistook her assets for friends. In the end, it is. Portofino 91, the whole sick crew. A disaster untold, a black page in the official records. Reports of how it went down remain contested, inconclusive. All that's certain, it began with a phone call and ended with 6. Some say she blew the network herself. The rest just shake their heads as they look down on the smashed and leaking world. She was recalled. They put her in the freezer. Even in those dark days, there were whispers among the lower sub-level. 5 years passed. A little more of the world leaked out of itself. Cascade's control, because I asked them to. There is a new assignment, Cascade. I was supposed to give you the brief. No one special. Just an arm-like sack of cytoplasm. But before that, I was like you. A spy for the People's Republics. One of the varieties of mankind. Right here. In an armchair in a safe house up. This is a dangerous place, Cascade. I should never have come. One that could really turn things around. For you.
This was the human game, and he played it poorly. Time to give up his seat.
We're not. This is all you.
Just one of the neat tricks you've learned to keep yourself alive in theater. There are many others still to come.
Life is beautiful, cruel. Maybe next time. Would you like to hear us? Whatever happens,
Displayed on the chair before you is a man, approximately mid-30. His eyes are fixed glassily on the ceiling. He's been like this since you walked in. Anything to the cream paint, peeling slightly. A small room in a city path. No response, no jolt. The film is monochrome and silent. The only soundtrack is the green of long corroded. As for the face around the eyes, stiff-collared shirt, a snug brown jacket, and nothing below the waist but a pair of red briefs. As your eyes reach his feet, you notice that the man is also wearing 3 layers of socks. There is no smell of alcohol, nor any open containers. Like a cosmonaut's safety tether. Your fingers detect a faint, steady pulse within the base of his wrist. Elevated, but no vomit, no discoloration on the skin. none of which precludes professional. The man's eyes glisten. Bright red veins blossom around their edges. If so, he will have to become something else entirely. However he ended up like this, the result is the same. You wonder briefly how much or how little you owe him. Clipped to the inside flap of his jacket, you find a laminated. The name reads Esterman T. Below that, Sock Merchant, one of the opera's most battle-tested covers. Wearing the wares for ease of this. 3 other things of note. A slip of paper. It's a purchase order for 10 socks, made out to Carmuna Pessoa, Fashions and Garb. Bootleg Bazaar. No coordinates found. Some kind of marketplace. The slip of paper grows heavy in your hand. It feels... Pseudopod's obligations are now yours. You owe this woman 5 pairs of socks. The card is cheap and scuffed. It reads, all you need is miracle. Above a cartoonish image of disembodied lip. Notably absent is an actual phone number. There's an indecipherable scribble. What? Into your pocket it goes. A wrapped up rectangle of compressed sugar. It's so hot. It takes 5 jaw tenses before you manage to shatter it. Sugary daggers jab the inside of your mouth. After a few more game attempts to chew, you retract your hand from the man's pockets. A snail's trail of dried saliva glints on the side of his chin. You grab him by his skinny shoulders and heave it. This non-reaction is alarmingly reactionary. If keeping him is no gain, then losing him. If there's any fucking going on around here, this... He lands in an awkward position. A cut. There's your brief. Flaunting a reactionary pose. Further insult. Leave. He does not respond, though if you didn't know any better. A drop of blood shines on his lip. He must... Out of his chair he looks smaller. Thousands of miles away, his mother flinches in her sleep. Saliva leaks from the corner of the man's mouth and pools on the floor. In another life, you are both earnestly selling your cotton wares, but... Your double didn't notice your arrival. Following the cord from the unconscious man. A prototype 0909 50 watt with multi-disc changer. Last Through the translucent view panel, you see a single red disc loaded in place. On the face of the disc are the words, Ultravioletta, you but from a dream, handwritten on thin strips of text. You don't recognize the artist. The disc is loaded, ready to tell you. The chunky button makes a satisfying... The discus begins to turn. You know because the spindle was rotating. Though the it doesn't appear to be. An artifact of no substance. No sound, save the amateur wire work. The music player blinks, slowly. Or do you? You can't tell. The static quiets as you reset the volume. A brief internal hum, then the disc You remove the red disc and place it into your pocket. As you turn away, a phone You pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm. A peculiar species of... The exquisite work of the magic box. One of the proudest... Half a world away, a familiar voice splits into two.
Please tell me you have good news.
5 years, 3 months, 10 days. That's how long it's been since her voice was in your...
Operant, you made it. Your voice hasn't changed. We'll get to catch-ups later. Put pseudopod on a...
You glance over at the man face down on the floor. You feel the receiver slipping from your sweaty palm. For a moment, no one says anything. There's...
Has he been zeroed out?
Eliminated, killed. Heavy words. Words that set machinery in motion.
I'll ask one more time. Is your double zeroed out?
You must speak the word. 5,000 kilometers away, in a small office deep underground, a mid-level controller.
Right. I wonder which it is. Have our enemies blown us? The opera's going to hang me by the toes. For you, it's back to Satellite Facility B.
AKA the Freezer, the Opera's labyrinthine archival complex, where the old, useless and discredited are consigned until they're dismissed, or die of despair.
Is that your way of telling me to fuck off? You haven't even got the assignment. Listen to me. This is the woman in the photo shop downstairs, Constance. She's one of ours. Let her deal with pseudopod. As for you, we need to get you on the next...
Even as your controller is speaking, your mind is settling back in. Something about the strange red disc nags at the edge of your consciousness. Perhaps the room contains other leads as well. You've been on filing duty for 5 years, out of action. A half moment's hesitation.
Where'd you get that idea?
not a denial. Proceed.
There should still be flights departing for Superblock territory tonight. Make sure you're on one of them. It was no one, a ghost in the wire. The assignment's over. Get on the next tram. If what you're saying is true, enemies of...
A click, and the line goes dead. The bed looks serviceable. Room for two. You were supposed to lie here alongside your double. Seems it is all yours then, should you ever want to lay in it. You turn away. You return to your double splayed, up to... This small table has been turned into a makeshift desk. A small label in the top left corner is print. The color reminds you. The folder opens with a whoosh. Before you. Name Will Kershaw. Cryptonym Cascade. Born Landau, former Republic of Mer. All true. None of it you. Childhood. Bourgeois, typical. History of student radicalism led to persecution by monotheist. Medical record. History of dissociative episodes and reckless action. Sexuality. Homosexual tendencies. Unconfirmed. Suicide risk minimal. Ideation only. End of list. According to this file, that's all there is to you. There's another page behind this one. It's labeled Service History. Your hand grinds to a halt above the page. A full minute passed, or never. That works too. Amidst the crumpled sheets of copy paper and empty Suprema 100s. Cheap superblock export. There's nothing outwardly noteworthy about this pack of Suprema 100. There are a few mangled filters in the ash. You leave the cigarettes where you found them. There's nothing outwardly noteworthy about this pack of Suprema 1. You leave the cigarette. You turn away from the dead. Pair of men's trousers. If Pseudopod's pants were attempting to flee the scene. Brown, shapeless, the front and back pop. Your hoist-in must have compressed his lungs somehow. Unless... You discover a small extra pocket inside the front right pocket. You slip 2 fingers inside and come away with a neatly folded... The page is notebook-sized and perforated along. THA, 7L. Half a cipher. The language, totally meaningless, yet no meaning can be made without it. Good to unlock a single enciphered. The pack of cigarettes on the desk. You missed something about one of the many mysteries. He was trying to smooth out crease. You leave the trousers as they were. You return to the desk. Everything is secreted neatly against the inner wall of the pack, just as you were once taught. ZWS, JMXVB, TW, AO. One-to-one correspondence between key and text. This is a... The pack slides nicely into your pocket, as though it always belonged there. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. The meaning is quite clear. A chorus of figures from your path, cheeks smudged against floor. Your double doesn't seem to be focused on you at all. The day beyond the window. There may yet be some forgiveness out there. In just a few words, the worst. Previous assignment, Portofino 88 to 91. Network, whole sick crew. Operants, Cascade. A secret the Opera has elected to keep from itself. The redactions are too heavy. The names beneath. Obvious. The Opera wanted him to know. Most recent assignment, Novessa, 91. The folder shuts itself with a tiny sigh. ZWS. You turn away from the... You return to your double split.
Enough! You're blacklisted. Take your sick little game.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some...
That's an interesting camera he's carrying.
Does that poor girl even know what you're...
You have a wild imagination.
The woman casts a split-second glance in your direction.
Don't step too close. They're handy. Very well. Photo 24.
He gives you one more glance as he leaves.
That was exciting, wasn't it?
Despite the flowy garments and it reminds you of the face.
Nobody. A seedy little oddity who... Oh yes, keen photographer, limited in subject. Lucky...
You've not seen the last of him.
Ah, while I have it here, this is the screwdriver pseudopod requested. For the fax machine.
This toolkit looks so empty. Barely usable in its current state. She gestures towards the monstrous off-white plastic machine behind you.
Speaking of, where is your double?
This woman could be a valuable source of information, if you can prise it from her.
No introductions necessary. Your operant, special asset, liminal class. Making my debut with the Operant Bureau.
She gives you a curt.
Before we get into it, I want to make one thing clear. just because I'm working for the So don't even attempt to seduce me with your post-historical dialectics. Your double already tried his hardest. I'm here strictly for the espionage. If there's any support you require, just...
She looks at you, awaiting instruction.
It's that little amber light. It means out of order, and I haven't been able to get it. Pseudopod assured me this machine was a vital tool of communication. As precious to our work as the magic box we installed on your room for. You've received all sorts of technical training, I presume.
A dread beast humming with dormant power. A handless scribe. It just needs to be soothed.
Yes? What is it? My God. You're saying he's... Oh. Oh. What do we do, Operant? He looked stressed. Like he was It must have been the assignment, I'm sure. Nothing. Oh, Pseudopod was a very good teacher. I wonder... Did he have... Absolutely not. Nobody's been upstairs. I can assure you. Oh dear. I could use a rag. I've never seen this before.
Meaning Pseudopod must have brought it here.
No, I don't pay attention. Perhaps it's defective. I must say, it doesn't look like a regular disc. I haven't the faintest idea. I'm adrift. I suppose I could move him to the spare room down here. That way I can keep an eye on him. A doctor. Dr. Hugo would help. He runs a houseboat clinic in the back ways to the west.
She doesn't respond, but looks down as her cheeks flush deep crimson.
I can't really say for certain. Have you tried the bootleg bazaar? He was down there.
The bootleg bazaar. That matches the purchase order you found.
It's where all the knockoffs and it's only sprung up in the last few years. Part of the whole... It may well have.
On the contrary, asking the wrong question can hurt.
He said he intended to interview some of the... You can practically see it from the front door. Deuce, if by some chance you find yourself in... Anything for the assignment. Was there anything else? Very well. Forgive me, is this some kind of test? Shouldn't you be the one advancing thesis and so forth? Granted, this is only my day. Pseudopod assured me it's all part of the work, but it gives... I don't know whether that's intended.
She gives you a nod.
I certainly don't. It looks flirtatious. Seedy business attracts itself. Try the fogged mirror.
Your old haunt, where you met with your former assets once upon an assignment.
I try to avoid it, personally. Before you do, I understand this is your first time back in theatre for some... I just wanted to say...
A humongous white block of office tech. Inside, mechanical parts are assembled in such a way that it can scream analog messages across image quality and whatever. Your screwdriver makes short work of the starhead screws holding the side panel in place. You set them aside while... The holy innards of the facsimile machine. You're looking at a Sugar Hill Executive Series 2, a cursed From the machine bowels comes a pleasing chunk as the
Much better, thank you.
The small green light marks its status as you turn away from the... The fax machine awaits. You turn away. The screen flickers.
Did you know water covers approximately 63% of the world, but the sky?
Wrong. The sky is only 98% sky. The other 2% is used to cover up the...
On screen, there appears a man with a...
But they don't want you to know that. That...
The screen warps and color shifts. Between clips of the bagman talking. A phone number. The sounds from the command.
Excuse me.
The young woman turns from a store of party wigs and beaded necklaces. The photograph shows a robust man well into...
Have you seen him before? You're sure? Thanks for taking a look. One about... Mi viejo. My dad. He's been missing a few days. He probably just started walking and got lost. Old people do that kind of thing. He's kind of forgetful sometimes.
She raises her hand to bite her nails. A new habit. They're bleeding.
No, I mean, that's the most like... My dad developed this insane theory about the payphone to the western exit of the bazaar. Dad thought certain words said into the right phone gets you attention from the wrong people. He was convinced Emter was behind it all.
Emter, aka Non-Pierre Sans Territoire, aka the bank.
Dad and his friend Gilmar were big into conspiracies. They were obsessed with this show, The Reality Situation. Bagman did an episode on them, and so Gilmar started following random people, thinking they were from the guys in expensive business suits usually. Foreign accents, verbally abusive, and normal rich guy stuff. Hitting up the bars and shouting abuse at the local drunks. And then they disappeared into penthouses where they couldn't be. Viejo did, but Gilmar stayed out. He'd overheard something and was explaining it when the call just cut off. My dad went by his... Yeah. He looked for Gilmar.
Why would Emter care about a couple of impressionable old men?
They seem pretty random. The cousins, moon, reunion. On their own, sure. Together? I guess. When he tried to tell me I wasn't... A couple days ago, he stopped by the stall to bring me lunch. I wasn't nervous at first.
Washing out the container that carried homemade rice and beans. Glancing out the window.
No. I mean...
Momentarily, the mumbling from the nearby stalls.
Anyway, you want a wig? I hear they make you fun at parties. Oh, that's Ultravioleta, the Lusian pop star. Always thought that type of music was too young for me, but I've been enjoying her. No, but it's definitely...
She peers at the disc again.
Weird disc, that. You should ask Petre at the music stall over there. He'll know more. Oh, yeah. He came by. Nice man. He was, normal. Pretty forgettable, if I'm honest. I told him not really. What do you mean, something's happened? Did he use the phone? Oh, well, at least you have that. Sorry. Yeah, I was kind of distracted when he showed up. Why? Really? You're not going to try to make a... Okay. It's the phone by the western entrance to the bazaar. Thanks for stopping by.
Off-brand Driver.
The man gazes down at her. Veins rise like old...
Mass-produced excrement. These animals pleasure themselves in it.
Those smears near the optical pickups?
That's not dead. You see this? Each one guaranteed.
No one will ever get it the way he does.
I'm talking about cultural ephemera. Speciality. But, as you can see, I spend my days backed into a corner, hopelessly outnumbered by the dead-eyed horde, dreaming of format-assisted auto-annihilation.
Every day, I come out here to share. Evidently.
You would not put it past this man to have a prop dog bowl to hand.
Recent sales have been better than projected. Unfortunately, like you.
No entries found under replayer.
Go ahead, browse away. My name's Petre. If you need anything, I'll be here, lamenting what's left of the culture. Strange how? Format or content? Esoteric formats, you say? On an Einzelton XR.
Sublimity, terror.
Where did you get this? Einzelton hasn't been available to consumers for a decade. A disc in good condition is for a sub. The apex of auditory technology. A high-fidelity.
Reproduction and erasure just millimeters away in space. Milliseconds in time.
A magnet embedded in the disc erases. As in life, everything happens only once. Replay. You can imagine the use cases yourself. Rental markets, promotional copies. That's its deeper purpose is simply to exist, to remain in a red. You played it. And what? You sought to defile a corpse? Better they recalled them all years ago. Better a mass manufacturing fault than this to save them.
The vendor deflates,
I'm sorry.
talking to the Einzeltone, not you.
No, I'm afraid it's not. Replayability is oblivion. Ultraviolet is a pop singer. Degenerate, Lucian, Electro-Dross. There's a new fabricated star every day, it seems, but she's the top of today's pile. Lucky you. The fact that it's committed to Einzeltone suggests it's some kind of promo copy. Of course it's real. You can't bootleg. This Ultraviolet has gone missing at the moment. Kidnapped by Count.
Could be the work of the militia Ruben Rouge, extreme communist fringe group. They've ransomed public figures before.
You know terrorists. Media whores all.
The vendor looks at the red disc.
None of this is the Einzeltone's fault, of course. They can't control what gets seared upon them. Hey, I assume...
You did a little of that too, but no need to mention.
Again, playing...
Makes sense. Forbidden media. Desecration of a tomb.
You seem to have misunderstood my salute. I hope you dispose of it with dignity. I think a private ceremony would be most appropriate.
Your mind blanks at the glare. These things are single play only. Anything else is sacrilege.
Yes. Yes. Very great. You'd like to hear more? It loses its resale value, and the uninspired replayer who listened to it loses it. Oh, yes. Completely.
Mystery solved. Pseudopod listened to a priceless tape.
Correct. It erases acid play. Some say that was the intention behind the red color scheme. A warning. With Einzeltone X...
That's the brand slogan.
X remnants.
Remnants. The charge that remains after the removal of a magnetic field.
The Einzeltone magnets are so potent that the erasure is absolute.
Caught a Pharaoh at the break of the 60s. A teenage boy sits on his bed, below the spotlit red disc in boldface.
It was a very beautiful time, too. I wouldn't expect a replayer like you to understand.
The vendor's eyes narrow, but
This is a media story. Not...
the Guardia Municipal. Street cops.
I try. So most of this colleague. What does it look like? The sock. Dialectical look. Yes, he came by here. Little communist look.
You see him now. Eyes wide. Reward circuit shorted out by the cut.
Well, viewed it might be a stretch. Your dialectical friend mistook himself for some sort of big money businessman.
Making inroads with his persona. Competent.
No. And to be honest, I wouldn't have wasted the stock. He's... You're joking, of course. He didn't even know what a vel... Of course not. I don't sell socks.
A consecrated ground.
So is he all right, your man? Or what? So you're also a communist?
The vendor gauges you all across the city of Petra.
I'll be blunt.
The techno-fascist secret police of Laloons, dark subconscious of the state, specializing in old-school, ugly methods.
Because they've been especially active here recently. Usually they just let things slide. All the Lucian merchandise, good for everyone. But these days, they're staring right at us. And this isn't paranoia. My point is, your colleague was asking questions. Now, something's obviously happened, and here you are. Also, then I would attempt to educate, obviously. I'm not...
Now speaking proudly of the stockkeep.
I'll tell you what I told your sock friend. Speak to the boatman down by the Vest docks. He's the one who knows the underground goings-on around here. The cool one.
In his baroque hierarchy of shame.
Excessive sunglasses. Relaxed aura, likely on. Wonderful. Now for all us. If you want to talk media formats, I'm your man. This other stuff. Shelves are replete with crass, replayable. Is he? Is he? I'm not surprised. That fool and his... I've seen him dither around here, regurgitating whatever he heard on that... It's no wonder it eventually got him in trouble. Only doctor I know is Hugo. Has a houseboat not far from here. Sure.
A low, tilting shelf marked. Various sections are separated. A baffling assortment. Hairdress. The labeling and sorting is as meticulous. More labels. The section Weaponized Boredom includes such time. The care placed into the organization is itself an act of... A single label. You feel the media vendor's eyes on you as you flip through the offerings.
Thank you. What galls me is that it doesn't matter.
You try, but it's whisper funk albums, kazoo devotionals, a breakup slap. Almost as though you already knew what you were looking for. You turn straight towards the made for pederasts section. You pluck out a disc, ultravioletta, cover the moon when I'm gone.
And what exactly would you call adults who fawn over dolled-up start? Don't tell me you're one of them. Never is the only sane answer.
You turn your attention. The gate is bound to the pole. Only ghosts can pass freely between. You push the gate. The metal creaks, but it doesn't move. It's held fast by a rusty chain. Rust spec. The system compromised at the sub. The gate creaks. The man doesn't react or turn. Don't look now, but you can see through them.
You've come a long way. Fortunately, you just about compensate.
I'm being punished.
You recognize the patch sewn into his trousers.
I'm a safety inspector, watching the lines. As you might have noticed, this precisely. That's because this line, where to start? This pylon's angle deviated more than expected as... Then there are the clearance issues. The party alley rooftops are higher than the building department's official records. I could falsify my reports and declare Line 9 safe for construction anyway, or I could quit. Either way, the company, what else is left to do? Fortunately, this spot lends itself to reflection. Contemplating my punishment helped me see how to live with it.
The man gives no indication. Must be cataract glasses. He's visually impaired. Maybe mentally impaired.
No, it's not. Help you with something?
A decent performance, but you have notes. Time to show. A still moment from a nearby rooftop. the sound of children playing. A polite round of applause for the support act. A face flashes in your mind, unbidden. Your cerebrospinal fluid turns to liquid. Tempo del Sur, mid-tier deity in the local underworld. And once you're... Because his name is Pseudopod, and the hushed arena awaits a different spy. He nods slowly. You catch an impression of... A rough voice down the splintering phone line. A phantom hand across the shards of both past and present. 1. Tempo, cryptonym Taxman, your dormant asset. Contacts the opera. Intent, unknown. Information, unknown. 2. Cascade status, frozen. Duration, in perpetual. 3. Pseudopod, active in theatre. They wanted Pseudopod to become Tempo's new handler. 4. Pseudopod fails to meet with Taxman. 5. Timeline disrupted. Movements unknown. Pseudopod. 6. Cascade. Status changes to reanimated. Operant arrives in theatre. Unbriefed. Questions coagulate. You knew it all along. Innocent use of past tense. A hollow center, expanding with every... As the sun smears across rooftops, a man with a briefcase full of carefully folded socks. Tempo had many criminal-grade contacts in the loop. Maybe he bottomed his way to the bottom. An old, low-slung workforce. Marina 32, early 70s issue. Port of Fear and manufacturing. Built for municipal dredging. But this one's been heavy. treaties, obligations to foreign banks and bureaucracy. He lowers his head and